I'm struggling today because here again, Brooklyn is once again prepared to share some of our tremendous human capital and wealth with this great country in the form of Loretta Lynch by way of North Carolina. And for the life of me, I haven't been able to figure out what the holdup is, why it's so difficult for Senate Republicans and for the majority simply to hold a vote so we can confirm Loretta Lynch as the nation's chief law enforcement executive. We've heard every excuse in the book as to why Loretta Lynch is twisting in the wind, and none of them are legitimate. I don't want Loretta Lynch to be confirmed because she'd be the first African-American woman to serve as our nation's Attorney General, leading the Department of Justice. I want her confirmed because she's the best qualified person for the job. Don't trust me, Hakeem Jeffries from Brooklyn. Rudolph Giuliani, of all people, the great law and order mayor of New York City, former federal prosecutor, U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, and many, many others, Democrats, Republicans, people from the north, the south, the east, and the west, have all said Loretta Lynch is a talented law enforcement professional and the right person for the job at this particular point in time. What in the world is the holdup? I can't figure it out. Is it a problem with her personal background? Let's see. She's the daughter of a school librarian and a Baptist preacher. That can't be the issue. What's the holdup? Is there a problem with her legal education? I don't think so. She's a graduate of Harvard Law School. What's the problem? Does she not have enough law enforcement experience? She's practically a federal prosecutor who clearly has the ability to allow the law and the facts dictate her decision-making process. Is there an issue that she hasn't been adequately vetted? Well, she's actually been unanimously confirmed by the United States Senate, not once, but twice, to be the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. I think she's been vetted. Well, is it that the Senate doesn't have the ability to walk and chew gum at the same time? As Mitch McConnell indicated, we've got to deal with other matters. Other matters? I don't get it. She's been waiting longer than the 5 previous Attorney General nominees since being voted out of the Judiciary Committee combined. We need all hands on deck. There are terrorists all across the world who want to strike the United States of America. And we're holding up the chief law enforcement officer of this country? And then we hear the excuse, well, we don't like her position on the president's executive action on immigration. You don't like her position? She's the president's nominee. What position do you expect her to have? And that's not even a legitimate argument because you had no problem confirming Ash Carter to be the Secretary of the Department of Defense. And my good friends on the other side of the aisle, on the other side of the Capitol, are obsessing about 2 things: the president's executive on immigration, as well as the president's negotiations with Iran, along with or as part of the P5+1. Ash Carter presumably supports those negotiations. You can't stand them, so much so that you even wrote to the Iranian mullahs. I mean, that should shock the conscience of the American people. You can't stand the Iranian negotiations, but you didn't hold up Ash Carter's nomination. So for the life of me, I'm trying to go through a process of elimination to figure out what is the reason that you've held up Loretta Lynch's nomination? What's the reason? Why are we waiting so long? You got to come up with a good answer to the fact that she's being treated like a second-class citizen. And unfortunately, as we go down the checklist of excuses that you've provided, not a single one of them hold up. So I'm just hopeful over the next couple of days as we bring Women's History Month to a close, that you'll have the decency to do what's right for the American people and allow Loretta Lynch to have an up or down vote so we can finally allow democracy to flourish in what allegedly is supposed to be the world's greatest deliberative body. Allow democracy to flourish. Give Loretta Lynch a vote so we can get back to doing the real business of the American people. And I yield